I work at Domino's. I had the classic delivery driver situation. I went to a motel. This lady opens up the door completely butt-ass naked, and I just see her full. She's just there.
What was her facial expression? Was she bashful about it, or was it a very proud nakedness? Hello?
Hello.
Who are you?
This is Aiden. Who are you?
My name is Lyle, man. What's going on?
Hey, Lyle. I was calling to talk about my work. I work at Domino's, and I'm a delivery driver there.
Oh, yeah? What's that like?
So within the first 3 weeks, I had the classic delivery driver situation. I went to a motel. This lady opens up the door completely butt-ass naked. And then she kind of closes the door real quick, and then she opened it fully back up again and just gave me the money. And, yeah, so that was like my third or fourth week there.
Wait, you said hold on.
Sense,
You said she opened the door. She opens the door, takes the pizza, closes the door, opens back up, gives you the money.
No. So she opens up the door like a little bit at first to see who it is, and
Yes.
like I could see like half of her body, and I can see that she's not wearing any clothes. She then closes the door a little bit as if she's gonna put clothes on or something, but then she just swings it right back open, and I just see her full. She's just there.
And we're talking completely naked. It's not like a robe. It's like completely, fully 100% naked.
Not even socks, nothing. But just, yes, completely naked.
What was her facial expression? Was she bashful about it, or was it a very proud nakedness?
That's what I don't know, man, because it got me thinking, because she closed the door. It seemed like out of shame, right? But then she opens it back up almost, like you said, almost proud. So I don't know. It really baffled me, and I still think about it sometimes.
Did you have what was the extent of your interaction?
She was at some motel, and so someone pointed me in her direction because I was like my first time there. And so as soon as I get to the door, I just knock, and as soon as she opens it, I'm like, hey, how much it is. I try not to be, I didn't acknowledge it in any way. I just kind of tried to maintain eye contact.
Respect. Was part of you secretly hoping that she would invite you in to share the pizza?
No, not at all. I have a girlfriend, so I was more mortified than anything.
Wow, you're a true professional, Aiden.
Thank you. It really took a lot in me not to say anything. But I told everyone at work right when I got back.
And did everyone at work was like, oh yeah, I remember the first time that happened to me?
One person said it happened to them, but everyone else was pretty shocked. But I mean, I work in a pretty interesting area. We get a lot of interesting people.
Anything else happen to you of note?
There was a time that I delivered to someone at like 9 or 10 at night, and it looked like there was a gun on their waist, and it kind of scared me because we were out and they were just like walking down the street.
Yeah.
But nothing came from that. We have this old guy who comes in all the time.
Gun guy? I'll take the naked lady over the gun guy anytime.
Yeah, for sure. I think the gun guy happened on my second night. It was one of my first nights. Mm-hmm. My first few weeks there were the craziest.
Have you ever encountered a naked lady with a gun?
I have not yet. I'll keep an eye out. There is some guy who he always is walking down the street that my Domino's is on, and there's no music, no headphones, nothing in his ears, but he's just dancing down the street. Sometimes he's got a bag or a shopping cart. I also sometimes see him at the dumpster right behind our store. So he walks all the way.
Do you think he knows something about the universe that we don't, or do you think he's on drugs? Or both?
Absolutely both. It's got to be something. I mean, there's no way someone's just that happy all the time.
Are you happy?
I am happy.
What makes you happy, Aiden?
My girlfriend really makes me happy. She's waving at you.
What else makes you happy, Aiden?
I really love my job. I love driving, despite sometimes not getting, the best tips. I love doing it. I love the people I work with. My 3 cats make me happy. My dog.
Who tipped more between the gun guy and the naked lady? I'm gonna guess the naked lady.
Yes. 100%.
Any other characters that you wish to share from your journeys?
Well, there's this older guy who comes in, or sometimes delivers to us, we deliver to him, and he's either always in a good mood or really pissed off, and I can't tell if he's racist or not, because his neighbor is a black lady. Anytime she's over there, he's kind of very rude to her.
Is he rude to you?
He is sometimes. It just depends. Like, if I don't get the pizza out of the bag quick enough when he's handing me the money. And he never tips, but I don't think he knows, so.
He could be racist against all races.
Huh. Yeah. Which, I guess that wouldn't even really be racist. Okay. Yeah. My girlfriend actually just reminded me about someone who I had a heartfelt talk with when I was delivering. There was this guy who I delivered to, and he was under the influence. And when I got there, when I knocked on the door and he opened it up, I could clearly tell, and I could smell the booze. And he just poured his heart out to me. I mean, the first thing he said was like, "Man, I really need help. This alcohol is killing me, man." And I was kind of taken aback, and I don't know. That guy kind of messed me up for a little bit, because I wish I could have done more for him at the moment. Really? Yeah, I've always been someone who, when they see someone's going through something, I want to be there for them, and I want to be a piece of the puzzle that helps get them to where they need to be. Sure.
Okay, tell me more about what. So you'd go to deliver pizza to this guy, and you are certainly the first person that this guy has seen in possibly an extremely long time, possibly several weeks, and he looks at you in the eyes and asks you, human being on the planet at the same time as him, to other human being, brother, I need help.
Yeah, he kept saying it over and over. He would say, "I need help. This alcohol is going to kill me. It's I wish." He was like, and he looked me dead in the eyes again, and he was like, "Don't ever be like me. Don't ever." And that kind of stuck with me.
Can I offer? I know you said that you felt upset that you couldn't help him, but you did give him a pizza, which traditionally does pair very well with alcohol.
That's true. So if anything, I helped him feel better in that moment.
You did help him feel better in that moment by giving him that pizza. See, that's the thing, right? Is you can't save everyone. You can't even try. I mean, you can try, but you won't do it. You can really do the best you can. And what I think is cool about your job delivering pizzas is that you do help people in the moment by delivering them pizzas. You feed people. It's a noble profession, delivering pizzas. That man got to eat. He didn't have to fucking leave his house. Maybe he couldn't. Maybe he was too drunk to leave his house. But he still, deserved to be able to eat. And so you delivered him his pizza. And in that moment, provided a service for another person that was valuable to them. Now, how much did he tip you?
Oh, man. I honestly don't remember. I know he tipped me, though.
That's nice.
And that's more than a lot of people around here. So any tips are greatly just, really appreciated. So
Tell me, you say it stuck with you. Tell me just a little bit more about how it stuck with you.
I have recently, I feel like I could be maybe developing a problem with alcohol.
You?
And I do. I've been, I even when I met him, I was drinking pretty often, but now I've been drinking it's been almost every night, but not like maybe 2 days of the week.
Did part of you see yourself in this guy?
I did, and I think that's what scared me.
Why do you think you're drinking so much?
I just think drinking's fun to me. It's fun to drink, and I don't have a very good sense on self-control.
It is fun to drink. You ingest brown water, sometimes clear water, and you go, It's fun. Because sentience is annoying, is tough. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So you got to numb yourself down sometimes. I understand the impulse.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Although you seem like I will say this about you from what I know about you from talking to you on the phone, which is you have a lovely partner who you enjoy very much. You have 3 cats who you like.
Yes.
You said you like your job. That's rare as hell. You have a good life. Do you agree? I don't want to tell you what you have because you know your life.
No. I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Okay. So why do you feel compelled to numb yourself from your sentient experience of your own wonderful life? Genuine question.
And I don't know if I have a real answer to why, other than I get the impulse to do it, and I just want to do it. And sometimes it feels like I am not. Sorry, what is that? What? Oh, my girlfriend's saying that my parents have addictive personalities, which I
there we
do as
go.
well.
Okay, there we go. It's a hereditary thing.
Yeah, my dad is definitely was or still is an alcoholic when I was growing up. To some extent, there was always, he was, at least as far as, when I say alcoholic, I guess I mean he was drinking every night, and there was no real control, I guess, on his side. It didn't seem like.
Have you gone to a real therapist to talk about this?
I haven't been to. So I went to therapy once, and I had 2 sessions, and after that second session, I quit. And I know that's the thing that everyone does, and it's I do want to go back, and I've been trying to get that worked out. It's just it's a process, I guess, to get it done.
Is any part of you drinking to forget the sight of that lady's boobs?
Maybe. That might be a little bit of it.
Okay, when you go to therapy, you should talk about that as well.
Definitely.
Have you ever been to AA? I don't know shit about AA, so I'm not going to try to shill you on it, but I'm curious if you've tried it.
I have not. I have brought it up to my girlfriend once, and I've looked it up. It is something that I think definitely is a helpful resource. I mean, I know it works. I've seen people. I know people who've gone through it. My best friend went through it, and he's been sober for 2-3 years. So it's just taking that step, really.
Well, Aiden, I don't know. I think I'm so happy to hear that you're happy with your life. It's inspiring to me, actually. I've been thinking a lot. I know this sounds like I'm being facetious, maybe, but I'm not. I've been thinking a lot lately about how to be happy in my own life, and I'm inspired by you because you seem so happy in yours. But yet, you know, your parents had this hereditary. Your parents had this addictive personality, and when your dad, there was that gene was in his cum, and that was put into your mom's vagina. And then there was you, and you had no control over that. Every aspect of your life that you had control over, your decisions, your perceptions, you've done a great job, it seems, of steering them in a positive direction to be happy. But you were tainted cum from the start, and you couldn't control that, and now you're dealing with that. But everything, again, that was within your control, it's doing pretty good. So I'm inspired by that, and I hope that you find a way to positively deal with this hereditary issue. I don't know how much that's worth, but
no, I appreciate it, man. It means a lot coming from you.
Mm-hmm. Let me talk to your wife real quick. I want to get her thoughts.
Okay, sure. She wanted to talk anyway. Here you are.
Good.
Hey, Lyle.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Natalie.
Natalie, I've been talking to... I forget his name, but I've been talking to him. Aiden, for 20 minutes. I like him a lot. He's got a cool life.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a sweet guy. Before we move on, I wanted to get, your thoughts on him as a person. It sounds like you've been standing there while you've been talking. I want to hear your wrap up on this. Any thoughts you have on our conversation?
Yeah, well, I was in the other room listening to it because I just wanted to hear what both of y'all were saying without being in the same room. But he loves his job, and he's been working really hard to try to support us and everything while I'm in school. So he's doing amazing.
He is.
and he loves me a lot, so helping me out with all I'm going through.
That's good. That's good. And you know what's great about his? You know what's a nice thing about his job? Actually, I'm gonna tell this to him. Can you hand the phone back?
Hey, Lau.
You know what I like? You know what must be fun about being a pizza delivery driver?
What's that?
Everyone's always happy to see you.
Yeah, that's true. For the most part, there's been a few times where they're just already just pissed off because their order's been waiting for a while. Yeah, sometimes we get really busy, but for the most part, that's true, and I'll take that.
Well, then never mind. I was gonna say everyone's always happy to see you, and that's intoxicating in and of itself. But that, you know what? I'm glad you saved me from saying that because that would have been a really stupid way to end this call. Aiden, you're a great guy. I appreciate you sharing all this stuff with us, and I wish you the best of luck. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Not necessarily to the people at the computer, but to you, I just want to say thank you for what you do. Your show's amazing.
Man.
I've been watching you for quite a while now, and me and my girlfriend are going to be seeing you live in September, so can't wait.
Oh, shit, where at?
Yeah, we'll be interested. It'll be up Charlotte.
Charlotte. Oh my God, that's at least 30 years from now. I'll try to get good at this before then.
Oh, dude, you'll be fine. It's going to be great.
Hey,
like
thank
you
you,
said,
brother.
even
I'll see
if
you
two
there.
people show up, we'll make it work. Yes, sir.
I hope you bring a pizza.
All right, I just might.
Okay, take care, Aiden.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
And if he doesn't, I'm not letting him in. Just kidding. Hello?
Hello, is this Gecko?
Yeah, who is this?
This is Fat Mike.
Fat Mike.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Fat Mike?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Fat Mike, it says here that you and your brother have been gambling a lot, but you keep winning, so you're not sure if it's a problem.
Yeah. Well, right now we're winning. So is that a problem?
You say, the way that you said that was very contemplative. It seems as though you're aware. Perhaps you have this, premonition, this, almost like it's a prophecy or something. You know how dogs can sense natural disasters? I don't know if that's actually true, but that's like the energy. That's the energy that you gave off just now as you were talking, that you're sensing the disaster of you soon losing.
Well, actually, I'm losing today.
Okay, so you were saying that you were winning right now, but you're losing right now.
Well, in total, I'm up. It's like a week by week basis.
Okay, so you're up in total, but you're down today.
That's true. Yep.
Is this the first time in a while that you've been down?
Yeah, I started probably 2 months ago. And
okay,
I
so
started the first 2 weeks.
The first time you've been up in a month. The first time you've been down in 2 months.
Yeah, that's about true.
How's it feel to be down?
It's a lot of sad, I gotta tell you. I wake up and I'm like, gotta make that money back, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to decide whether or not it's a problem.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I just want to hear your input.
What's the hesitancy? Are you not caring if it's a problem? You cared at least enough to call me.
Yeah. It shouldn't get a problem.
Say that again.
It probably shouldn't be a problem, but I'm not betting like my rent yet.
You keep talking without talking. You keep doing all these things. You started off with this, well, we're winning today. Then you added the yet at the end, and you are doing all these You're like saying so much without saying anything. Just tell me what it is that you're trying to say with all these things. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you trying to say?
Let me hand you off to my brother. He's
right.
my betting partner.
Got it.
Hey, Gecko.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
So what's your take on the gambling?
I mean, we're both like college students. So it's kind of just something we do for a little bit of extra money, but it's,
right.
I mean, it's been working out well so far. I think I'm up like $250 in a month. My brother's down a little bit because he has some issues following what I feel like I'm probably more sensible of a bettor than he is. So sometimes he doesn't follow my bets or listen to me. So he's down a little bit, but
what is your definition of a sensible bettor?
Knowing the risks you're taking and like also doing the research. Like I feel like I do probably an hour and a half research every day about like bets that I'm going to place.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't?
Well, I mean, he does a little bit, but usually he'll just listen to me or do his own research, but I don't think his process is as well refined as mine is.
Mm-hmm. So he was on the phone with me talking about whether or not it was a problem. That's initially why he called in, was to discuss whether or not it was a problem.
I'm curious what your take on it is like, because we're winning right now, and obviously that's a good thing, but if you start losing, does it become a problem, or the frequency of how much you do it?
If I could give you, I can give you a take. I think that whether or not it's a problem has nothing to do with if you're winning or losing. It's not even part of the equation.
That's true.
You could be only winning, and it could be a problem.
Right.
I think
that's like the only thing.
I'm not a real therapist, but I think, first of all, I can't decide if it's a problem, and you can't decide if it's a problem. You know, only he can really decide if it's a problem. But if it were me, I would think it was a problem once it started to negatively affect his life or steer him away from directions he's trying to go. Because, I mean, he was telling me that he wakes up and the first thing he's thinking is, okay, we got to make this money. So it's like the first thing he does when he wakes up.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, that might be a little bit concerning.
I have a problem with fucking Instagram. I look at Instagram too much. The first thing I look at when I wake up. It's a problem.
Right.
All
right.
So, again, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is even if he's winning, if he wakes up and the first thing he's thinking about is his wins, it takes control over his day, which would make it problematic.
Right, yeah.
In my opinion. But my opinion's worthless. It's about his opinion.
Right. Right now, it's kind of like just a side hustle, I guess. Like, we don't really bet anything that we can't afford to pay. So I think as long as we stay in like sensible ground and not go off the rails, I feel like that it's not that bad. But if it is something that takes over like his brain and his mind, and he's just thinking about that all the time, then it could definitely be a problem.
Can he hear all this right now? Can he hear our conversation?
Yeah, we're on speaker.
What do you think about this all, Fat Mike?
Yeah, come on, Fat Mike. I like it a lot. I have a lot to think about.
Okay. Do you want to share any of those thoughts right now?
I think I might take a break for a little bit.
Okay.
It seems like I'm on my phone a little bit too much because of it. Because I kind of cut all the social media platforms out. So this is like what I do when I'm bored.
Interesting. Okay, so you had an experience where you diagnosed that you had a problem with. I hate the word diagnosed, but you realized that you had a problem with social media, and so you cut all that stuff out. So you have, before in your life, realized you had a problem and cut the shit out.
Well, I just think social media is kind of unhealthy.
Okay.
Looking at perfect things all day.
Well, Fat Mike, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
I just want to say thank you. I work a summer job, like a mosquito business, and I listen to you all the time, and you keep me entertained all the time.
Thank you, man. I have always wanted to contribute in some way, shape, or form to the mosquito business. Not on the side of the mosquitoes. Yeah. On the side that you're on.
Yeah, of course not. We're exterminating them soon.
Thank you guys for the work that you're doing for the country of America.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Take care, boys.
Have a great night.
Those are good guys. They're making me think about my own problems. I'm trying to do that more. So it's the easiest thing in the entire planet to sit here and try to work out with people if they have problems. But now I'm working out with myself. Do I have a problem? Of course I have a problem. Of course I have a problem. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, this happened to me this morning. I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my journal before I look at Instagram. I said that to myself, and then I didn't. I just looked at it, and I didn't even do the journal. Because I have a problem. I exist day to day alongside many human beings like me with fucking problems. What's that song, Fucking Problems? Who does that? Who does the song Fucking Problems? Yeah, I like to fuck, I got a fucking problem. That guy, whoever, I forget who does the song, but he's got fucking problems. He likes to fuck. And that's for him a fucking problem. I have the Instagram thing. That's a fucking problem. And Fat Mike has gambling, and he realized for himself that it was a fucking problem. And good for him. I'm inspired by him. He's like, I have a problem. I'm going to do something to fix it. I'll take note of that. Hello?
Hello?
So, Amin, what's happening? What's going on? What's your life like?
So right now, I was talking to the guy before, trying to figure out where my life is going after this, man. I opened a dealership out here in Houston, car dealership, and me and my best friend opened it together. And basically, the banks came, gave us a bunch of money to buy cars, and we fucking blew it, man. We bought way too many cars that we couldn't sell in time, and put a strain on me, my best friend's relationship. We've been busting our ass for 2 years in a row. And now it's, everything is pretty much all packed up, ready to go. Everything's done. Now it's just like, now what?
So you took a chance
business.
And you started your own car dealership, and a bank gave you a loan to buy your initial inventory.
Yep.
So, dude, you know what's crazy is that, for any business, like buying your initial inventory and holding on to inventory is risky because you never know if you're going to sell it. But buying an inventory of cars sounds kind of terrifying because you're buying a giant inventory of really highly priced stuff.
Yeah, man. 1.25 million worth.
$1.25 million worth of cars.
Shit. There's about 71 cars.
Wow. So when you decided to close down, how many dollars worth of cars did you have in your lot unsold?
About 490.
About $490,000?
And yeah. And so as you go along with these cars, you pretty much pay. So say you have just for math's sake, you have a $100,000 floor plan, right? So you buy 10 cars at $10,000. Every month you pay $1,000 on each car, right? About $900 goes towards the principal, which is what you owe on the car, which is $10,000, and $100 goes towards the interest, the fees, yada yada, right? So some of these cars at $480,000, yeah, that's what it's valued at. But say we owe the bank $12,000 on a $25,000 car, and they want their money. You know, you're gonna have to send those to the auction and possibly take a loss. And, the worst loss I took was $20,000 on a Ford Bronco. You know, it wasn't. It was bad, man. You know, and it wasn't just my money. It was my money and my best friend's money. You know, and granted, me and him worked at the same dealerships. Like, we've always worked at the same dealerships. But when you take a big step like that, you don't really think about all the other shit that comes with it.
So you said that this ruined your friendship a little bit, or maybe if not ruined, at least put a dent into it. How did this affect your personal relationship?
So pretty much me and him don't hang out anymore outside of work, outside of dealing with work shit. Just because also, like, we haven't seen anybody else in the past 2 years other than each other, just building at this dealership and pretty much just fucking it up. You know. So,
was there a particular instance of a thing that hurt your guys' friendship, or was it just a general degradation over time?
It was just when you're working 80 hours a week, you know what I mean? And certain things aren't getting done. Certain weeks you're not getting paid because, you have to pay your employees and shit like that. Of course, over time, it's just going to wear you down. You know what I mean? It gets tiring. It gets real tiring. You know? And, you have angry customers, angry employees, angry banks. It all comes down on two people's heads. You know what I mean? We're not old either, man. Like, I'm 30, he's 27. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
So where are you at now? What kinds of lasting effects are you having to deal with as a result of the failure of the dealership?
So this was, I've been in the car business for 9 years. So this was kind of like going to be like my dream. You know what I mean? Holy shit, I'm opening up my own dealership with my own name. I'm not working for nobody anymore. But doing this actually made me realize how much I hate the car business. So that within itself is a blessing, I guess. It cost me a lot of fucking money and a lot of time. God could have picked a different way to show me that I shouldn't be in the car business anymore. But like, now that I see it for what it is, and especially that I see all facets of it, the fucking tax side, the title side, the bank side, the floor plan side, it's not for me. It's not for me.
What was it
think
about the car life that you thought was for you? What was the idyllic version?
The hustle and bustle, man. I loved getting up. I loved talking to people. I loved convincing people. I loved the finance side of it. Just helping people out. Like, believe it or not, like a couple of times in my dealership, I would sign people up for Uber. Like, so that way they could help. That could help them with the car payment or whatever. Like, stupid shit like that. It went a long way with me. You know what I mean? And I just, like when you own a dealership, you're going to the DMV, you're going to the tax office, you're dealing with an accountant, you're going to the auction. The auction's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just, everything fun about the car dealership business, I couldn't do because I had to deal with the bigger shit.
And what is your plan now?
So pretty much me and him are cashing out whatever money's left. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I know I'm going to go into some kind of business venture. Right now, like, I picked up bounty hunting on the side for fun. That's been interesting, to say the least.
You picked up bounty hunting on the side? How does one pick up bounty hunting on the side? How did you begin to get into that?
So I sold this guy. He owns his own private security company that also does fugitive recovery. I sold him a Tundra, a 2020 Tundra, and I was like, so yeah, like I was like, yeah, so this is what you do? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'd love to come along for a bounty. He was like, yeah, sure, fuck it, come. So I go along one day and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Can I do this all the time? He's like, yeah, I'll call you every time we have a bounty. So I've been actually like doing little bounties here and there. It's pretty fucking fun, and it's nothing stupid. Like, we don't go after kids who miss their court date for weed and shit. Like, he goes after some serious people, and it's fun. It's fun, to say the least. But it is quite dangerous. It's a different lifestyle. But yeah, I do it part time. That's all right.
It's an interesting thing when you have this idyllic thing that you are going after for so long, and then after going at it for so long, you realize that it's not for you. It puts you in a scary yet also interesting place with a lot of potential energy, because now that you're no longer chained to the pursuit of your dreams, you can kind of do anything.
And that's what I feel like. I feel like my life is kind of like Grand Theft Auto right now. I could do whatever the fuck I want. But, like, it's like, what do I want? You know what I mean? Like, I thought the dealership was what I wanted. I attained it. Now it's not what I want. So what do I want? I kind of have to sit down with myself and think about that. Especially, like, you know, my parents were talking to me about it. They were like, all right, well, you're going to get all this money. What are you going to do with it? Honestly, I don't know. I might just relax for like a year, kind of like how I did with like high school to college. I just relaxed for a year before I did anything. Just thought about my plan.
You said that you're going to do other. You said that you're going to do other entrepreneurial ventures, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do.
What kinds of other entrepreneurial ventures? A restaurant.
I was thinking, either a restaurant or. So what I was thinking about doing was generally just buying out like dying businesses. So I saw like I went around and looked at a couple of businesses, you know, like a restaurant, a nail salon. I was thinking about just taking those over, sprucing them up, you know, taking care of them for like a year or two, building up the clientele, building up the customer base, and then just selling them off for a profit.
But now isn't a lot of the stuff that kind of made you realize that you don't want to get into cars, like the bureaucracy, the taxes, the banks, just I mean, the way that you described it to me was like you had this idea of what not even a car, well, not even what running a car dealership was like, but just the idea of like what running a business is like. And then when you actually went and do it, you realized, oh, this actually fucking sucks. And the things about it that you were describing sucked seemed to be things that weren't just, you know, car things. They were constants in the pursuit of doing your own business. And I feel like, would you not run into a lot of those again if you were to do something like, you know, running a restaurant? Not to be a downer, but...
No, but you're right. Huh. Yeah, that shit would just suck just as bad. If not, it'd be worse, because now I have to worry about food, I have to worry about fucking health organizations, I gotta worry about people not getting sick. That would be a lot worse.
I get the sense from you that you're very, you know, you're a hustler, you like entrepreneurship and whatnot, and you like the freedom of it, but that's a hard place to be in, because there's a lot of rewarding stuff you can get out of that, but then also just a ton of stress and headaches and bullshit that you really got to have a strong stomach for.
Yeah, fuck. this is the shit that kind of sucks about life sometimes. So it's just like, okay, I have the means, but I don't know what to do. I'm just at this point, I kind of just want to take like a year to just live, explore what's out there, see what's up, maybe chase this bounty hunting thing for a little bit, like because that seems to be the only thing that's like that I look forward to now. You know what I mean? Like job shit I look forward to. I haven't. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun. You know, I feel like I'm doing something with my life. You know, I'm making a difference somehow, some way. I'm making a difference. You know, and that's all that ever mattered to me. You know, I only kind of sold out for all this business shit just because money. But yeah, it is what it is.
No, it sounds like you like to do anything where you get a little bit of a gratification from it.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah. No, you do bring up a very interesting dilemma that I think about in my own life too, which is like, you know, you have things that you want to do that bring you lots of joy and benefit, but they also come at the cost of just driving you insane with a lot of the peripherals of them. And then you wonder and weigh the peripherals against, you know, how happy doing the thing makes you. And at the end of the day, that's a decision that you got to make for yourself. Who have you caught anyone with this bounty hunter?
Yeah, actually, like my most off the wall kind of case was he's a criminal defense attorney, and with him we had to be, you know, like he's a criminal defense attorney, so you have to literally do everything by the book, otherwise it's trouble. But he couldn't stop beating the shit out of his wife, so the county pretty much had it. And it was just like, yeah, go get him. So we went, and he knew the law. He knew the law really well. So we went there at like 8 o'clock, right? And from 8 o'clock till about 3:30, he wouldn't come out of his house. Because he knows that, like, you know, we didn't have, it's not technically a felony warrant, so we couldn't just break his door in. So he literally just sat us out until we finally, we got permission from the landlord. She was like, yeah, it's my building. You kick the door in. We're, thank you. Kicked the door in, grabbed him up. I saw the girlfriend, man. That wasn't pretty, man. That wasn't pretty. He was a piece of shit. But
well, I mean, man, listen. Good luck in your future endeavors. I hope you find out something to do, or at the very least, I hope you're able to do a string of things that bring you momentary enjoyment in the moment that you're doing them before you die.
I appreciate you, man. Talking to you was one of them, so I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to check that off my bucket list.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Amin. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care, brother.
He was a nice guy, man. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Is this the gag?
Yeah, who is this?
Fuck yeah, dude. This is Hannah.
Hannah, what's cracking with you?
Nothing much. Just laying on my bed. Hanging.
What is your life normally like? Are you always laying on a bed hanging? What are you doing when you're not laying on a bed hanging?
I am a teacher.
Okay, how's that going?
It's going alright. I am very super busy this year, and I'm like debating whether I want to renew my contract or not, and like go off and do something else.
Yeah, it says here you okay, hold on. I have to just ask you about this real quick. It says your name is Hannah.
I'm ready.
You're 27 years old. It says your name is Hannah. You're 27 years old.
Yeah,
and you live in Montana. Is that true?
Unfortunately, yes.
Your name is Hannah and you live in Montana? I thought you were fucking with me.
Born and raised, baby girl.
Hannah, Montana, it says here that you've been a teacher for 5 years and you're thinking you might not want to do it anymore because you're feeling underpaid and overworked. So tell me about your thought process here. Why are you feeling as though you might not want to do this anymore?
It's like super stressful, and I feel like sometimes I don't have the emotional capacity to like get that stressed out as I've gotten this year already.
When you first started the year, when you first started this 5 years ago, was your emotional capacity greater than it is now?
I think this is the hardest job that I've had in the past, this is the hardest job I've gotten so far.
The hardest
in
job
those
you've gotten?
5 years, because I've worked at a different, yeah.
Oh, okay, because you've worked at different schools. It hasn't been the same school for 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes this the hardest job
around.
that you've gotten so far?
Fuck, dude, I'm busy like all the time. I literally teach 9 classes a day. I teach 262 students every fucking day.
You teach 9 classes? When I was in school, I didn't even go to 9 classes a day.
Because I teach K through 12, dude. I live in a tiny town, and so I teach literally kindergarten all the way up through seniors in high school.
What is it about this particular job, besides just the workload itself, the sheer quantity of the work, how are the kids?
It depends on what age you're talking about, which ones.
Which age group is the worst?
Fucking 7th and 8th graders, dude.
That's what I thought. If I had to put my money on an age group, yeah, that's what I thought. It has to be the 7th and 8th grade. Tell me why, in your opinion, it's been the 7th and 8th graders.
They don't listen at all. They'll seriously be wrestling on the floor, and they'll be like, "Guys, stop! Guys, stop! Guys, oh my God, stop!" And they'll just don't. And I'm like, okay, well. And then one of them's like, "Oh my God, they hurt me!" And I'm like, well, I don't feel bad for you.
Have you ever had to actually take apart a physical confrontation?
No, because they all since it's a small town, everybody knows each other, so everybody's friends with each other. So it's more just they're at their house just wrestling around, but unfortunately they're doing it in my room.
Tell me what made you want to start doing this job. We've covered a little bit of the negative. What's the positive? What got you into this, and is that glimmer of hope still hiding anywhere somewhere?
It is. I'm honestly not really sure why I chose the route that I chose. I know, because I'm a music teacher, and I love music and singing and being in musicals and shit like that. But now that I'm teaching, it's just not as fun anymore, I guess. I'd rather be in a musical or in a big choir than teaching kindergartners Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
So if you were to quit teaching, what is it that you would do?
I don't fucking know, dude. Straight out of high school, I went to college, graduated in 4 years, and then I've been teaching since I've graduated, and then so I've really not questioned anything until recently, and now I'm oh my gosh, what if I don't want to do this anymore? What do I do? Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back to college, but I don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough thing when you've dedicated your life to something and then you realize you don't want to do it anymore. It's interesting because it's a double-edged sword, because on one hand, you get out of it and you're like, oh no, I don't even know how to walk or breathe or talk anymore, because all of my walking, breathing, and talking was related to this thing that I've been invested in for so long. But then, on the flip side, you could do anything. You're a human being, alive in the universe. You're alive. How old are you now?
27.
You're 27? Do you have arms and legs?
All 4.
You're amazing. You could do anything. This is crazy. This is wild. Why? What do you want to do that you feel like you couldn't do?
Dude, I've always wanted to get into voice acting.
Okay.
I think, as funny as it sounds, my dream job would be a Disney princess, where I get a voice act and sing all at the same time.
Do you know, can you do any voices for us?
I can talk in my Brooklyn accent like this. I do it in front of my 6th graders all the time, and they absolutely love it.
I like that. I like that.
Thanks.
Okay, you want to be a voice actor. And have you done any, like, do you make videos? Do you make TikToks or YouTube videos where you're doing your voices?
Like, I totally would, and I could. I'm just afraid because I don't want my students to find my page.
Ah, okay, well then. But if you don't have your teaching job
Because
anymore,
then I have to, like,
then the
really
fear goes
monitor.
away.
Huh. I guess that's true.
Hmm.
I guess that is true. They ain't paying me no more.
It's true. But I'm not going to tell you to quit your teaching job because I'm not here to tell you what to do. But
No. That's okay. I appreciate it.
And also, even if I did tell you to quit your teaching job, I would hope. You seem like you're smart enough that me telling you to quit your teaching job wouldn't be much of a factor in you actually making that decision.
Thank you. My counselor thinks I'm pretty smart, too.
What's your name again? Hannah from Montana. How the fuck did I forget that?
Yeah.
Well,
dude.
Hannah, Montana. What? Do you have kids?
No,
Okay.
luckily.
Do you have a husband or a wife or a dog?
I have a fiance. We've been engaged for like 5.5, almost 6 years. So husband eventually, but yeah.
How come you guys haven't gotten married yet?
There have been like different levels that we've wanted to get past before we do it, and one of them was graduate college, then like get jobs, and then be financially independent. And I didn't become financially independent till like last year, and now we're like, oh shit. I guess we could.
What does he do?
But we just haven't done it. He works for the Department of Agriculture.
Does he like doing that?
Sorta.
Okay. All right, and you sort of like teaching.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That's why I have such a hard time. Like, I get to work and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the kids. They're so amazing. And then I get home and I'm like, oh my fucking God, what have I gotten myself into?
Okay, so what you just said just now, so you're feeling like in the moment, you're there, you're with the kids, you are enjoying the thing. But then when you're reflecting upon your life as a whole, you're like, I gotta get out of here.
Sorta, yeah. Not like I gotta get the fuck out of here, but like, do I want to be here? I just in general have a lot of anxiety.
It's hard because not every single thing you could choose to do has pros and cons to it. I mean, even if you were a voice actor, there's the whole thing of getting inconsistent work. There's you know, you would have to kiss a lot of frogs if you were a Disney princess.
That's fine. I'm not afraid of them.
That was a really silly joke that I just made.
I know, I love it. Very quick.
I was trying to think of something. That's all I could think of. I don't know, man. I don't know. Has talking about this helped at all?
Like, a little bit. Like, I know I've thought about making TikToks before of, like, singing and stuff like that. I've just been too lazy to do it. And It's just given me another chance to think about, like, you know, maybe it is not, like, a bad idea. And so what if my students find it? Maybe they'll be the only views that I get.
See, there we go. That's how I think that's a good way to think about your students finding your TikToks. Is this just more views for you?
True. It is a positive. Gotta look at the positive.
Hannah Montana, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Only do one illegal thing at a time.
I like that idea.
You got it.
Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, you too, man. See ya.